Good morning. I'm Matthew Maud from Maud Design, and this is my series on remote working. Today, I'm going to talk with you a little bit about muting the noise. We may all have noticed it subconsciously or otherwise that at this point in time we're receiving considerably more personal messages than ever before. It might be WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, iMessage, text message. You might be receiving Instagram messages. You might be receiving all sorts of different things from all sorts of sources, including the usual work communication and everything that you received before. And in part, this is because everyone's locked inside. People want to stay in touch, but it's also in part because a lot of people are bored. So people who would otherwise have been busy are now sat on their phones playing, sending cat images around to their friends and their family. And so all of these normal channels that we used to have in our lives, the volume of communication on them has increased substantially, as well as adding lots of new methods of communication into the mix as well. One of the things that I've personally found, which I'll be honest, I find a little bit frustrating, is that sometimes it can just feel like a real sense of overwhelming noise. It's very difficult to be able to separate that important set of information about this project from this conversation thread over here that's just people having a laugh, just catching up. And sometimes it's difficult, particularly when those same conversations are happening on the same messaging platform. It's very, very hard to separate out what's important from what's not important, what interests you from what doesn't, and what you care about. And this is one of the reasons why I advocated in an earlier episode the use of a dedicated messaging platform for organisations. But at this point in time, I think it's also important that we, as the recipient, know how to handle and manage all of the communication ourselves. So personally for myself, I'm taking big chunks of time when my phone is actually off or in an entirely different place. I will leave my phone in my office and go and enjoy my family elsewhere. But also, nearly all of these platforms offer an opportunity to either mute the whole platform or to mute specific threads. You can normally find it in the settings, and it'll give you options like, do you want to mute this forever, for 1 hour, for 8 hours, for a whole week, and things like that. And particularly being able to use this feature can really help with your sanity at a time when, let's face it, we can't get out, we can't go and choose something else to do. And so it can just ring fence a little bit of time for you and your family to just be undistracted by all of the noise that's going on. So I highly recommend familiarize yourself with how to mute some of the things that are going on. Review the communication that you're receiving and just think, is this helpful for me to have 24/7, or should I separate this out into little blocks of time? I'm Matthew Maud from Maud Design. It's really nice to have this conversation with you. Please do like this video. Please share it. But in particular, it would really help me out if you could subscribe to my channel. There's a number of additional features that become available if you get a certain number of channel subscriptions, and I'd really appreciate hitting that number. Thank you very much. Have a great day and stay at home.